Peace Ballin' back with another video for you guys. I know it's been quite a while since I've been on here, but I'm back, man. I'm back. I'm finally back and I'm here to stay. Now, Napheesa Collier, right? One of the better players in the WNBA. She has come out firing in her exit interview. This has gone viral, man. And she talked about all the issues going on around the WNBA and she hopes to see improvement. She says that she's doing this for the future of the league. She even goes on to talk about how Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, and Angel Reese not getting paid enough. So, there's been rumblings about the WNBA players and how they felt about pay, visibility, promotion, things like that. But she really lays this all out on the line. And she goes at the commissioner. She really goes at the commissioner of the WNBA. And her name is Kathy Engelbert, I believe it is. So, yeah, let's get into what Napheesa Collier had to say. And by the way, this is coming from a very important player in the league. She was an MVP candidate this year. If it wasn't for the injuries, she had a chance. She was the main player on her team, the star player of her team, led them to a great season. They just got eliminated probably because she was injured. So this is coming from a player with some clout and with some credibility. And she absolutely goes off. Let's play this clip, this exit interview by Napheesa Collier, and hear what she has to say.
Thank you all for your time today. I have prepared a statement that I would like to make before taking any questions. All right. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate the Mercury for advancing to the finals. And I want to be clear, this conversation is not about winning or losing. It's about something much bigger. The real threat to our league isn't money, it isn't ratings, or even missed calls, or even physical play. It's the lack of accountability from the league office. Since I've been in the league, you've heard the constant concerns about officiating, and it has now reached levels of inconsistency that plague our sport and undermine the integrity in which it operates. Whether the league cares about the health of the players is one thing, but to also not care about the product we put on the floor is truly self-sabotage. Year after year, the only thing that remains consistent is the lack of accountability from our leaders. Sorry, I had to walk here in my boot. I'm kind of out of breath. The league has a buzzword that they've rolled out as talking points for the CBA as to why they can't pay the players what we're worth. That word is sustainability. But what's truly unsustainable is keeping a good product on the floor while allowing officials to lose control of games. Fans see it every night. Coaches, both winning and losing, point it out every night in pregame and postgame media. Yet leadership just issues fines and looks the other way. They ignore the issues that everyone inside the game is begging to be fixed. That is negligence. At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them. I have the privilege of watching my husband run a league where he has to balance 100 different things at once. I won't pretend the job is easy, but even with all of that on his plate, he always takes the time to reach out to players when he sees an injury, whether it's Unrivaled or even during the WNBA season. That is what leadership looks like. It's the human element. It's basic integrity, and it's the bare minimum any leader should embody. This year alone, I've gotten calls, texts, and well wishes from so many players across the league. Those moments remind me that sometimes there are things bigger than the results than this game we play. But do you know who I haven't heard from? Kathy. Not one call, not one text. Instead, the only outreach has come from her number 2 telling my agent that she doesn't believe physical play is contributing to injuries. That is infuriating. And it's the perfect example of the tone-deaf, dismissive approach that our leaders always seem to take. I've finally grown tired. For too long, I have tried to have these conversations in private, but it's clear there is no intention of accepting there's a problem. The league has made it clear it isn't about innovation, it isn't about collaboration, it's about control and power. I've earned this platform and I've paid the price to get here, and now I have a responsibility to speak on behalf of the fans and everyone in this league that deserves better. Our leadership's answer to being held accountable is to suppress everyone's voices by handing out fines. I'm not concerned about a fine. I'm concerned about the future of our sport. At some point, everyone deserves to hear the truth from someone who I hope has earned the benefit of the doubt to fight for what is right and fair for our athletes and our fans. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. If I didn't know exactly what the job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But unfortunately for them, I do. We serve a league that has shown they think championship coaches and Hall of Fame players are dispensable, and that's fine. It's professional sports. But I will not stand quietly by and allow different standards to be applied at the league level. Thank you.
Man, she went in and she just said that this league, the WNBA, is ran by the worst leadership in the world. And that is just a scathing comment by Napheesa Collier right there. And you got to think she's going to get fined. And that's exactly what Collier spoke upon in that written statement right there that she just read off. She said that all the league does is just throw out fines to try to cover up their lack of accountability. So anytime the players have a complaint, the league office throw out a fine. And the thing about it is these girls ain't barely making nothing anyway. It's probably warehouse workers making more than these chicks, but they getting fined because they have problems with their job and they're voicing their opinions. So just to go through some of the things she said that y'all just heard, lack of accountability from leaders. She said that the officiating is just pathetic, it's not consistent. And she said the officiating is pretty much ruining the product on the court. And then when players go and tell Kathy, the commissioner, about things like this, all they do is just basically get pushed away or get fined if they speak about it in the public. She also said that, yeah, we talked about the fines that they issue and they look the other way. And some comments that Kathy made. Only losers care about the refs. That is just, that's a bad statement to make. I understand that you can't just be worried about the ref if you're trying to win games. You have to focus on your job and what you have to do. But if refs are out there being awful, that does change the whole tone of the game. That changes the whole outcome and everything, the whole flow. You can't have refs just being out there being awful. So Collier's right. You got to have refs in there that's going to do their job well on a consistent basis. I mean, me, I don't watch this as much as I watch the NBA, but refs do play a big part. They be out there ruining games so much to the fact that sometimes I think they gambling. Real talk, I be thinking some of them refs be gambling. Um, she also talked about how Kathy didn't even reach out to her when she got injured, and Collier's like, yo, I'm one of the best players in the league. You don't even say nothing when I tear my ankle up. You don't even reach out, shoot a text or nothing. So she feels like the players just aren't cared about. And that could be true. That could be very true. But to me, the most egregious thing that she said in this statement, when she talked about how Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Paige should basically be paid more because they driving the revenue up. Now, me, I've always said that you got to bring in numbers, you got to bring in more fans to make more. But I guess her argument is something different. I guess she knows, she's on the inside. She's coming from a point of knowing, yo, y'all could afford to get these guys more money because they're making so little. And she's saying that it's unfair. And the most egregious part of that, she gonna say Caitlin should be grateful because without the platform, meaning the WNBA, she wouldn't be making anything. So she's saying if it wasn't for the WNBA, Caitlin wouldn't even be making nothing off the court. And when you think about it, this is just a horrible way to kind of treat your best players, your most popular players, and it just shows probably 90% of this of what Collier is saying is true, if not 100. So, maybe Kathy doesn't quite know how to run the league, but I'm going to be real with you. You kind of got to show the better players a little bit of favoritism. You kind of got to give them what they want. You kind of got to make sure that they're happy so that the league can keep running. So, I just thought that was egregious that she spoke upon Caitlin like that. Like, she should be grateful. No, the WNBA should be grateful Caitlin Clark is in the league. Do you guys understand the viewership y'all was experiencing prior to her entering the league, and Angel Reese and Paige? Ever since them three came in, and Caitlin Clark is a lot of it. And I know she's been hurt this year, but still, she's been a lot of the viewership, man. She's drawn a lot of interest, and I can't believe the commissioner would talk down on her like that. What's up with these commissioners? Because it seemed like Adam Silver is a complete moron too, and we gonna get into him on another video. I'm gonna go in on that bald-headed freak. I'm gonna go in on him. But what is wrong with these commissioners thinking that they just want control, want power, and that these players ain't nothing but just workers? You can't run a league like this. They are all going to start to go against you, and you're not going to have a league no more. So I recommend Kathy figure this thing out, because the way Collier was just speaking in that clip, and you just heard it. I mean, this league, it's not going to have no more legs to stand on if they all feel like this. There's no telling how many other players feel the same way that she just spoke about. And wait till Caitlin Clark hears this statement and understands what you was just trying to do and what you was saying about her behind her back. She should be grateful. Excuse me? Now, what if Caitlin Clark didn't come to the WNBA? Knowing what you know now, what if she never came to the WNBA? You think nobody would have paid her anything? You think she wouldn't have been able to find a league or still make money just off what she did in college alone? Don't ever talk like you made her. She made her name in college. She should be grateful, man. I don't know who this Kathy chick is, but she needs to get a grip. And to me, it feels like players like Napheesa Collier has they fed up. They've had enough of it, and this seems to be going down the path to where it's going to be players versus the league office. And I don't know how that's going to turn out, but I don't think it'll turn out good for the league as a whole. And by the way, Kathy did release a statement. Let me get that for you guys. Let me get that statement for you guys, because she did end up saying something. And so the commissioner, she then responded to Collier's statements, and this is what she had to say. She said, I have the utmost respect for Napheesa Collier and for all the players in the WNBA. Together, we have all worked tirelessly to transform this league. My focus remains on ensuring a bright future for the players and the WNBA, including collaborating on how we continue to elevate the game. I am disheartened by how Napheesa Collier characterized our conversations and league leadership, but even when our perspectives differ, my commitment to the players and to this work will never waver. So she kept it PC, and she had to keep it PC. She had to keep it clean, and she just basically said she disheartened by Collier's comments, but she said she's going to continue to try to make things work. So want you guys to drop in the comments, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole feud that's going on now after this exit interview. How do you guys think things are going to turn out? Napheesa Collier, she didn't win in there. She didn't turn the heat up. I don't know if she's mad off the elimination or what's going on, but those were some fiery comments, and the commissioner has responded briefly. And I want to get you guys' thoughts and opinions on this, man. But make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all you guys for checking out the videos, man. And hey, I'm about to here. Peace.